Well, we hope that this evening some of our tears, or part of our tears, will be wiped out by a performance that we expect from Harambee Stars. As I told you in the studio, I've brought to you some of the experts in the game of football. At my extreme right, that is Tom Juma. I know some of you must have watched him when he was playing for Gor Mahia AFC Leopards, and above all also Harambee Stars. Tom Juma, karibu sana to our studio.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he played at the African Cup of Nations in 2004 when it was hosted in Tunisia. And in the middle, there is that is Sami Onyango. He's an expert shooter. He's an IDPA shooting player. Karibu sana to our studio.
Thank you very much.
I must say pole to the shooting fraternity.
Thank you very
having
much.
Lost Sergeant Alamin Lubisia. We hope his family, God will give him all the energy and also the shooting fraternity.
Thank you very much. God is in control.
Yeah.
We have faith in that.
Thank you. I'll come back to you so that you tell us something little about Alamin Lubisia. And to my immediate right, that is Odindo Ayeko. He has covered football. He continues to cover. He's a senior journalist in this country. He covered also the African Cup of Nations in 2004. Karibu sana to our studio.
Pleasure.
You guys, it must be a very tough day for us, waking up to news of the passing of Bob Collymore. He has affected our lives in many ways, but now he has left us. You have something to say about that?
I think it's a sad day for Kenya and indeed the whole country and the communications industry, because we know what Safaricom has done for this country. We know what Bob Collymore has done while he was at the helm of Safaricom. And when it comes to sports, we know Safaricom and what it sponsors in sports, Lewa Marathon, the Chapadimba, and it's a big loss. And we just pray that his family takes heart in this, and we give them, they get strength at this sad moment.
Too much of it, sad moments. A shooting fraternity lost Alamin Lubisia through a road accident. Now we are getting this other information.
Yeah,
CEO
it's really,
Safaricom passing.
It's really sad. If you look at it, take it clearly, you see we keep on losing people who we relate to very closely. Alamin Lubisia was one of the best shooters that I ever came across. He was one of my instructors. Today, Bob Collymore is someone I've met more than twice, and he's been a very inspirational kind of person. If you look at what he has done for the youth and the growth of sports when he was in Safaricom, the kind of support that he gave to the village kind of sporting activities, you could find him in person, getting into matatus, being on the ground and developing several kind of projects. These are heroes that we've lost in this country, and it's really sad for us this morning when you wake up to this. But as we say, God is in control. Human beings will plan our own things, but God is the ultimate planner.
God is in control, like Sami Onyango says there. He'll be talking to us about his plans, because I'm aware he's on his way to Hungary. It's called Budapest, the capital city of Hungary, where he'll be representing us also in a shooting competition. Tom Juma, sad news.
Yeah, shocking news indeed. Very sad. Just my condolences to his family, and I hope and wish that his soul rests in peace.
Condolences there, as you can see those images flashing there of Safaricom CEO who was just passed away early hours of this morning. And I would like now to hand this over to Mike Gitonga to update us on what is going on. Mike.
Toscan, very sad news there. In case you're joining us now, Bob Collymore died this morning, earlier this morning at 2:30 a.m. at home. And I just want to read some of the comments and condolences that are streaming in now. And I'll start off with condolences coming from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. And it is with deep sadness that I have this morning received news of the death of Safaricom CEO Bob Collymore after years of battling cancer. As a country, we've we've lost a distinguished corporate leader whose contribution to our national well-being will be missed. That's from President Uhuru Kenyatta. We also have other condolences coming in. I have one from Honorable Senator Gideon Moi, and this is what he says. I am deeply saddened by the death of Safaricom CEO Robert Collymore this morning. Collymore is a corporate leader par excellence, had profound impact on the lives of Kenyans, but the revolution and innovations in the telecommunications sector as he steered Safaricom, as even the company remained the most profitable, breaking new grounds in innovation that changed the lives of his clients. Bob Collymore remained simple and focused. I wish to express my deepest sympathy and that of my family, to his family, friends and employees of Safaricom during this moment of grief. That is from Honorable Senator Gideon Moi. There is also a statement here which is on the Twitter handle of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, and it says, my condolences go out to the friends and family of Bob Collymore as well as the entire Safaricom fraternity. Bob served our country with dedication and sustained us as a communication hub in Africa. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And those are some of the condolences that are coming through, and that is towards the CEO for Safaricom, Bob Collymore, who died earlier on this morning. And of course, as we continue to read some of those comments coming in, let me read one from Dr. Alfred Mutua, the governor for Machakos County, and he says, shocked and sad to learn the departure of Bob Collymore from this world. It really breaks my heart. He was a wonderful friend, brilliant strategist, and a fighter. I really thought he would pull through. My condolences to his family and entire Safaricom team. Sad day today. Indeed, it is a sad day today where we are receiving news of the death of the CEO for Safaricom, Bob Collymore, that happened earlier on, 2:30 a.m. this morning. He has been battling cancer and has finally succumbed. Very, very sad news. All right, to that breaking news, Bob Collymore, who died earlier on this morning at home at 2:30 a.m. after battling cancer for a long time, and condolences still streaming in. I'd like to hand over to Toskin, but before that, just a quick through the statements that have come through. We have one from State House, and this is from His Excellency the President, where he has reiterated that the death of Bob Collymore, of course, very, very sad, and he has also continued to say that as a country, we've lost a distinguished corporate leader whose contribution to the national well-being will be missed. We have a statement also from Raila Odinga, who says, my condolences go out to friends and family of Bob Collymore, as well as the entire Safaricom fraternity. Bob served our country with dedication and sustained us as a communications hub in Africa. May his soul rest in peace. We're going to be reading some of the condolences, and we also encourage you to go on social media and send your condolences. We'll read those that we can as we continue as a country to mourn the death of a leader, a corporate leader, Bob Collymore, who took over from the CEO, and that was Michael Joseph, at the helm of Safaricom, and has continued to ensure that Safaricom has remained at the lead when it comes to the communication industry, with products that we cannot even continue to name because there are so many that have come up even under his leadership. And Safaricom has continued to be a force to reckon with in Africa and world over, with its innovation and ensuring that they have remained at the top of their game in terms of communication. I will take a short break and hand over to Robin Toskin for a bit as we continue to also receive some of those condolences that are coming through. Robin?
Thank you very much, Mike, for those updates. And as I can tell you, we are really saddened indeed by the passing of Bob Collymore. Remember, he was born in Guyana in the Caribbean, and he came into this country and served us with the dedication so much that you wouldn't even want to think about where he came from, but he has really transformed lives in Kenya. And that shows why it's very important to show dedication, service to your country. Bob Collymore has come in here, he's done his bit. Now he has exited the stage, but we are talking about African Cup of Nations. And as I told you, we have Tom Juma, the midfield enforcer, midfield general in his heydays. Now he's a coach at FC Leopards.
Yes, team
Karibu
manager.
sana. Tell me, man, waking up this morning, knowing at 10 p.m. Kenya we are taking on Senegal.
Yes.
I don't know, as a player, if you are waking up, you are supposed to do duty. How did it feel like, Juma?
Thank you very much, Toskin. It's a big day for us. It's a big day for Harambee Stars. We are taking on Senegal, and there's a lot of pressure on those boys because the whole nation is behind them. We need to win this game to progress. The players are a little bit stressed here and there. It's the duty of the bench, the technical bench and the coaches to try and calm them down, try and motivate them, just show them that it's a normal match. But again, the pressure from the nation is just too much.
Are you even having butterflies
Of
as
course,
a former player of Harambee Stars?
Yeah, it's true. But it's really exciting. It has been an exciting AFCON so far because you see we are like already in the knockout stages even before we play the knockout, because this game is a do or die. We need to get something out of this game, and I believe the boys are ready and they are ready to go. But it's a big game for us tonight.
Odindo, you are on the beat covering the African Cup of Nations. It's morning, you know, this is a battle of all battles. How do you prepare for a game like this, man?
As a writer, it's quite an exciting moment because you're also not sure who is going through. Toskin, we've been with you when Nigeria were packing their bags early morning before they played Ethiopia, and they had drawn their two matches in South Africa against Zambia and Burkina Faso, and everybody was like, this team is being eliminated. And you remember Chuku, their coach Uche, saying one thing: he came there to win. And I think this is the mindset that Minye should have today. There's so much pressure from outside, from Kenyans, even from within the team itself. And this is a moment where he has to marshal all his strength as a coach, make sure the players are psychologically set, because there are no big teams in this AFCON, and Madagascar proved that yesterday when they beat Nigeria. It's not about experience anymore. It's not about experience anymore, as Minye has been saying it. It's all about going there and winning. It's the first time Madagascar was there, and look at what they did. So it's the first time all our players are playing there. They can go out there and actually get the results for Kenyans.
Sami, I'm aware that you are headed to Hungary, Budapest, to compete in it's called Magtech National Championship.
Yes.
Representing Kenya. You're going there with the Kenyan flag on you. And the morning of the game, just like today is the morning of the game, Kenya versus Senegal. How do you manage to hold your nerve, knowing very well that the whole country is watching you?
It's not something very easy to do, but I believe it's all about mental strength. You really have to be composed, and you have to have it in you. But out of all the experiences and everything else that you've been training, as I would actually directly relate it to our Kenyan team today, you'd find that the people who are representing the country today now, our stars, are actually the best out of the country. They've been selected because of their persistence in the training and what they can be able to provide. So there the individual skill comes into play, the experience comes into play, and the comfort that they have out of the experience they've had in their training. They fall back to their basic training. So with this, you normally wake up in the morning knowing that at a particular hour you'll be out there and you'll be representing your country. So the best thing is for you to be very, very composed.
But there's always pressure on individuals. Let's say this is Sami Onyango going to participate in Hungary.
Yes.
In shooting. You have to hold your nerve.
Yes.
Make sure that pistol hits the target. Now, Michael Olunga is there and everyone is watching him. He scored 2 goals against Tanzania.
Yes.
So the same is expected. So how do you really bring yourself to be composed and deliver the goods for the country?
I can't actually put it down and say that this is what you really need to do, or this is what comes out of you as a routine. But I would say, and I think my friend here, Tom Juma, would tell you very clearly, it is as a sporting person, you really just have to have it inside you. The Kenyan team has it inside them. It is not about how much pressure comes in from the country. But them as a team, they must remain focused. They must have the consistency. They must have the persistence. They must know that with a deliberate, repeatable performance, they will be able to deliver what they're out there to do. If our midfield holds, in what I understand about soccer, and our defense is strong enough to have the sustainability of sustaining the 90 minutes of the game, then for sure, we will be able to break through any kind of barrier that is there. So as a sporting person, all you have to do is to know that I'm delivering this. First for your team.
And you have millions of people supporting
you. And you see, like in Kenya today, look at the kind of fans we have there. Even if it is just a group of 100 people, those 100 people make a difference. When you're out there and you feel the drive to go, you will go and you will push for it.
Tom, the Standard today, if you look at the back page of the Standard, it says, ready for mother of all battles. And the picture there is of Olunga running to the technical bench. His teammates are there. That is the confidence he's inspiring from the rest. And everyone is depending on him. Now, you have your picture there. The whole country has seen that is Tom Juma or that is Olunga. I think that is too much of pressure on you going into a game like this.
I think Olunga is used to this kind of pressure. He's a top player. He's played in Europe. He's playing in China right now. And so far he's having a good tournament. Remember, he scored 2 goals against Tanzania, and that gives you the confidence. It gives you the motivation, and he knows what is expected of him. If you remember our first match, we lost against Algeria 2-0, but if you see the way we have been playing after Algeria and then coming to Tanzania, you can see the progress. The team is doing better and better. They are getting used to this big stage. And we expect today, not even Olunga alone, the whole team, to do much better, to give us a good game than the one before, than the Tanzania game. Remember, I believe the Tanzania match has been one of the best games in this tournament. It was with a lot of action, end-to-end action. We created a lot of chances. We hit the bar, I think, twice, and that one, it shows that we have improved from our first match. If we can do that today against Senegal, just like he said, there are no smaller teams nowadays in football. Anyone can beat anyone.
But then what do you tell your colleagues or your teammates? When you wake up, you read the newspaper and you say the head-to-head between Kenya and Senegal.
This is good. This
three
is good
matches. You've lost. Kenya has lost in all the matches against Senegal. Now you're facing Senegal this morning. What do you tell your colleagues, or what do you expect the coach to tell you?
You need to motivate each other. You know you can do it. There's been a slogan in Harambee Stars that tunaweza. Tunaweza. You motivate each other. And for us, Senegal is under a lot of pressure. It's not like everybody expects Senegal to beat us. If we beat Senegal today, we make history. So I think there are a lot of pressure. We should just relax, play our football a little bit more than before and expect to get a good result today. And I believe these boys can deliver that good result, because if you, just like I said, I looked at Senegal the other match. They are not as sharp as they used to be. I don't believe that this is a good team, but it's not like the Senegal of the Kamara.
But of course, Odindo, they have the names. They have Sadio Mane there, they have Koulibaly, and the history weighing against Kenya, as you as a journalist writing that this is the head-to-head record. So how do you reconcile that with the hopes of a nation?
Toskin, I think when you look at modern football, I think history has no place. We have seen big teams going down to nondescript teams, from World Cup to now Africa Cup of Nations. And I think this is a moment where Kenya should not look at their past results with against Senegal. They should look at this game as a matter of life and death. It's 90 minutes that separates them between coming back home and history, making it to the second round. And if they go with the kind of mindset that tunaweza, as the slogan says, they can actually go and produce that result. Because as I say again, we've seen small teams bringing down giants. Germany was brought down by What team in the World Cup?
Yes, they were beaten by Mexico. They also lost, I think, to Korea. Yes.
So nothing is impossible in football. Yeah, it's a game of 11 men against 11 men. So it's not about the big names that Senegal is now presenting. It's about the mental strength going into this game.
Which actually Sami Onyango, the IDPA shooter, also alluded to about the mental strength. But then he mentioned also, Odindo also mentioned about the team spirit. How important is the team spirit in performance?
Team spirit is 100% very, very, very important, because you see, if your spirit is in the right place, if you're highly motivated, like say, look at the way Kenya is behind the team. The whole nation right now is gathering. Everybody is putting their support there. Everybody is ready to sit back at 10 o'clock in the night, watch the game with your family, wherever you are with your friends. And this flows back into the team. The team spirit is what gives you the way forward. When I shot in South Africa with the Kenyan team, the way we managed to get the gold is because we were held together by the spirit that this is our nation and we must perform the best. And everybody back home is expecting us to walk back into that airport knowing that tumefika na tumeweza. When I shot in Thailand, I was by myself. I was alone, but I knew that the whole country was behind me.
Yes.
And that is how I managed to shoot against the best in Thailand. Now I'm going to shoot in Eastern Europe. In Hungary, I will be alone, but not alone as per se. I'll be walking on those stages, but I'll be knowing that Kenya is behind me. So I'm 100% sure that I'm going to do my best.
Yes, Tom Juma, Michael Olunga spoke yesterday in yesterday's Standard newspaper. He said that Senegal are also human.
Yes, it's true.
But you as a former professional footballer,
Yes.
you know the pedigree of Senegal.
Yes.
All those names we've thrown around. How can you really close your eyes to the kind of maybe lineup that Senegal has, really?
Of course, we give them the respect that they deserve. And I'll just add on something about the team spirit. I think this time round, the team is in very high spirits. We have had one of the best preparations for the national team for a very long time. Remember, they camped in France, then they went to Spain to play a friendly match.
Against
I think
DR
in terms
Congo,
of preparation, there's no problem about the allowances and stuff like that, like in the past. Of course, we know Senegal is a big team with big names. We have to give them the respect that they deserve. But this is a good opportunity to make history as well. We have a very, very good team. We have the motivation. Everybody is watching at home. We can do it. What we need is to express ourselves a little bit more, the way we did against Tanzania. In the first match, maybe we were a little bit maybe stage fright and stuff like that. But today, we just go and give 110%, express ourselves. This is another team like the other ones, the other teams. We know Senegal, they have Mane and the other big players. But if we give them too much respect, then it can be a problem.
Like we did against
exactly.
Algeria, I think.
Yes.
Odindo, coaches usually don't like to see journalists, because you go out there, you have your lineup, you say probable lineup and all that, you kind of discussing team tactics and all that. What would be your offering today? What do you expect Minye to do in terms of team tactics and his starting lineup?
I think Minye should look at his players and believe in them. He should actually encourage them. Previously, he's made some statements which personally have not been happy with, especially after the first game when he talked about Okumu being a greenhorn and was playing his first game. But it's not about a player playing his first game. He took 23 players he believed will represent this country. And at this point, if I was a journalist, I would just write a piece to encourage him to look at his players and tell them that they can actually go out there and get something.
We'll take over that from there, that discussion. We want to take a short break, and when we come back, we continue with this gentleman in studio. As I've told you, I'm talking to Odindo Ayeko, a Kenyan journalist, sports journalist, of course, Sami Onyango, IDPA shooter, and Tom Juma, the midfield enforcer during the 2004 African Cup of Nations, where we beat Burkina Faso 3-0 to record our first win in the African Cup of Nations. But on Thursday, we also beat Tanzania, so we are at par. So when we come back, we continue with that discussion on Sports Chat on Morning Express. Don't go away.